3. NFL football this Sunday. We have the New York Jets hosting the Indianapolis Colts. The New York Jets didn't look all that good last night, but they
looked great. They looked phenomenal.
I cashed my ticket. I took the 10. I couldn't resist, and I got a teaser working from last night. I put this out on Twitter. I played the plus 10.
I was never prouder of Sanchez and the boys.
They looked fantastic, didn't they? Listen, there's one thing in the NFL you always have to remember, and you've talked about the stock market, and it's very similar to betting value stocks. You bet them when they're beat up. So you're buying low, you sell high. Well, right now, I mean, you can't get much lower for the Jets. You really cannot. Now, conversely, you have an Indianapolis Colts team that they were down 18 points. I believe it was in the second half.
21-3.
Came back, and listen, they have a terrific young quarterback. Andrew Luck, I think, is going to be a terrific player. They got a couple of guys back on defense, so their defensive numbers are horrible, but they're probably going to improve a little bit. But I think they're coming off a high. The Jets are at a low. I think this is a great value pick on a favorite, on a New York Jet favorite team. When I'm going with the Jets, you can lay 3 with a little extra juice. I like the New York Jets in this one.
I agree with them because I had both these teams last week, and the Colts were extremely motivated. That's why, even though they were down 21-3, I wasn't happy about it, wasn't comfortable, but I didn't expect them to quit because of the assistant coach in the hospital.
Right.
I mean, this team was playing with a purpose, and it showed till the end. You saw Reggie Wayne play above his head. You just threw the ball anywhere near him, and that guy was going after it. So this team really played with a purpose, and it was the Green Bay Packers. Their stock is through the roof right now. Everyone wanted a reason to bet Andrew Luck. He just gave you one. And no one's in any rush to bet the Jets. Here's a team that was playing at home last night, and instead of the line going down, it went to double digits. So, I mean, if anyone's stock is low, it's the New York Jets right now.
Chuck, your thoughts?
I have to agree. I got to agree.
And, you know, how much energy? I mean, that was Indianapolis is not going to be able to play as good as they did that game.
No.
I mean, they gave it all they had. The coach was down the street, unfortunately, in the hospital. And, they played one for the Gipper. I mean, those things do happen.
I agree.
And it happened. I don't think they could find that same energy that they came out with in that second half.
You don't have the personnel to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
If it was the Patriots, you could say that's a different story.
Right, because they could do it, they could turn it on again. But, a lot of people, we always hear, go against the team who played Monday night, on that Sunday. Well, an interesting trend here, the Jets, when they play Monday, the following Sunday, their last 17 games, they are 12-4-1 against the number on Sunday. So, again, you're a market guy. Sometimes those things are over-adjusted.
They over-adjust.
You get some value with the Monday night team.
I totally agree. I mean, especially what we saw last night. Even bettors that had Houston woke up today thinking they should have won the game. They did not change their opinion on the New York Jets. And those of us that had the Jets, I know I didn't adjust my power ratings and put them up any higher.
I didn't either.
Exactly. And because of that, I think we're getting the same scenario we got on Monday Night Football. And that's an undervalued Jets team. They played an overvalued Houston team. Now they're playing an overvalued Indianapolis team. So for me, it's simple. It's either Jets or leave the game alone.
What would this line have been week 1, 9?
Oh, yeah.
Half 9?
You're looking over 7 for sure.
Exactly.
And let's not forget, and you and I talked about this when we did our show on Sunday night, the Jets are not awful.
No.
They've looked bad.
They were 2-2 going into last night.
They were 2-2. They scored 48 points against Buffalo. Okay, I mean, listen, they did that. They scored 23 points and beat Miami in overtime. Other than that, they lost to a very good Steeler team. Lost to the San Francisco 49ers, lost to the Houston Texans. Now, those 3 teams, would it surprise you if any or 2 of those 3 teams were in the Super Bowl this year?
Not at all.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Not at all.
So let's not, right now, the Jets, the perception of the Jets is at very much a low. I think you're getting a very good bargain here.
I agree.
So I've talked about it. I'm ready to make it official. I'm going to take the New York Jets -3 over the Indianapolis Colts. Right now, the Colts are off an emotional high, winning for their coach, Chuck Pagano, last week, who was unfortunately diagnosed with leukemia, and a terrific performance by Andrew Luck. Conversely, the New York Jets have been very down the last couple of weeks in very visible situations, but they're not that bad. And I think they come out this week and they beat a team that they can very much beat, and I think they will do that.
I love it, man. I feel like I should be Tebowing right now after that. So we're going to see a little. We're going to see a little more Tebow.
First, you picked Dallas. Then you're
now I'm going to Tebow too. Can you imagine?
Wow.
I bet Tebow last year, every chance I got. The kid wins. The kid wins.
He did.
Everyone was laughing, saying you're crazy. I said keep betting against this kid. Somehow he wins.
He won an awful lot of games.
Is he going to get more playing time?
I would not give him more playing time. I would stick with Sanchez, and I would say, listen, this is the kind of team where he could do well. I'm going to stick with that and try to just run my offense. If it's situational like they were the other day,
he's had an extra week to work with these wide receivers.
Okay, you've got it, folks. You can get all our videos at pregame.tv. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.